Hey, Solo Caps here, and yeah, we got a freaking Heart Gold walkthrough episode number 27, I believe it is. And yeah, I haven't done this thing for like 3 weeks. I mean, holy junk bunch. So yeah, I'm gonna teach fly to this sparrow that I caught a while back when I was just, catching Pokemon willy-nilly. So I can fly over here to Oliver Town, so I can fight that one chick who is addicted to drugs. I mean, freaking Jamaican Sunrise, man. You just cake a couple of tokes of that, man. He'd be doing something. I don't know. So yeah, all these dudes are like, "Oh my gosh, you're so amazing. I don't even want to bet you." I'm like, yeah, no. So yeah, make sure to always save. I don't because I'm just a man like that. And yeah, so I'm basically at a huge disadvantage because not only does Steel have really great typing on by itself, these things are really only weak to ground, fire, and with the Steelix, of course, it's weak to a lot more just due to its typing. But these Magnemites will be a pain with their Parafusion. Really annoying. But I'm going to play that trick on them, and I'm going to go for Blitzen, and I'm going to use the Epic Power of Christmas, and I'm going to Parafusion flinch him to death like a champ. Even after the Hyper Potion, it's just completely futile because I'm just flinching and crit flinching and just not a chance in the world. And yet again, Christmas has prevailed over everything. So it's like, oh, 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 looks like I killed you, little boy, or something like that. I don't know. So I'm going to send in Cotton Ball. Kind of like a suicide mission, but I don't care. I'm going to Sleep Powder. And now I'm going to set up the Leech Seed because I really don't have too much to hurt these things, especially these Magnemites, because the only thing that I can really do is surf with Steve. But, Steve being Steve, you know that he really can't take those hits like that too well. So I'm basically going to leave in Cotton Ball, try to get the Sleep Powder off. Sadly, I miss, even when I break out a few Parafusion, but it doesn't matter. Goes for the Sonic Boom and takes me out, so I'm like, oh, that's game. So I'm going to send in Blitzen, go for the Confuse Ray, and basically hope for the Confusion Hack. Sadly, I do not get it. Gets the T-Wave off, and I'm like, this sucks. But lucky for me, I still have the Leech Seed recovery, which is going to save me. So yeah, she hits her second, or is that the second? That could even be third. Yeah, that's her third one that she's hit. So yeah, 55 accuracy, my butt, man. Freaking lame. That's whatever. So I'm going to send in Sparrow. For 2 reasons: to get a lot of Leech Seed damage off on it, because it's proportional to the amount, and basically also so I can get a free switch into High Five, because I wanted to be all pro and like, oh, predict the T-Wave and go into Blitzen, but sadly she just goes for the T-Bolt. Does a heck of a lot to Blitzen, but Blitzen's just that manly, so he can take that, or she, but yeah, it doesn't even matter. So she's gonna send on the Steelix. And this thing is a freaking baller, so what you basically want to do, try to weaken its greater stats, basically, attack and defense, which Tickle does perfectly. Because she does have Screech, she will use it, and after one Screech and an Iron Tail, you'll be wishing you had something for this thing. So I'm going to send in to Steve, because I know I resist the Iron Tail, and I know if she Screeches, it's just going to bring her back to normal, and I know I can 3-hit KO this thing because I'm freaking Steve Irwin. She goes for the Iron Tail. And Steve Irwin eats that up like a bowl of children and just like, and just like, man, just freaking powerhouse of pure manliness. That's Steve right there. So I leave and level up, and she's like, well done. So yeah, I beat this chick. She gives me the mineral badge, and I'm like, alright, freaking win. So yeah, she also gives me Iron Tail. I really don't think I'm going to teach that to anyone. 100 base power, I think it is, which is kind of nice, but it's got a pretty low accuracy. None of my Pokemon can learn that with Stab, so kind of pointless move. I'm pretty good. So I'm going to go heal, because that's what you should always do after a gym battle, is, get them free healthcare. So now I'm going to go fly to Mahogany Town, because I'm going to go and start to fight that gym leader. So yeah, we're just having a gym leader jamboree. So yeah, let's get it started. So talking to this dude, and he's making all these jokes like from Iceman and Batman and Romney's, the Ice Age or something freaking. Oh, Arnold's so freaking crazy, that dude. Anyway, here's snowboarding dude. He's like, dude, man, we're gonna be kicking back with snow, and I don't know how do snowboarders even talk? Are they like surfers? But like, I don't know. I don't care either. So he's spamming the mud slap, which is just pissing me off because the accuracy drops and speed drops. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't take this. So I'm gonna go into Blitzen because since this is like an ice gym and whatnot, his Christmas power is now stabbed, so he's gonna be doing like uber damage. And I go for the takedown on this windup, easily Okos, and I'm like, freaking Blitzen, you're just a hoss. So I got a couple of freaking gods in my team, so that's awesome. So yeah, she's going to send out Jinx, I believe. Yeah, I'm not really too afraid of it because I got Shadow Call on U-turn. She goes for the Ice Punch and surprisingly does a heck of a lot. So I go for the Shadow Call. Sadly, does not kill. I'm gonna switch into AC/DC, predicting the Ice move again, but she goes for the Wake Up Slap. When I don't know why she went for that, nor why did she go for the fake tears. Whatever. So High 5 levels up, which is really good because I think right now that's the lowest level poke I got. And yeah. So just moving these ice cubes and whatnot, and here's another dude, and he's like, hey man, are you shivering? You afraid to fight me, dude? And I'm like, oh gosh. So he's got a seal, and goes for the ice shard. I'm like, oh snap, and I'm like, that does jack. So I'm gonna go for the takedown. Okos because, like I said, Blitzen just has like the power of Christmas and just wrecks house. So I'm gonna go for the Confuse Ray because I need hacks to win because I'm a noob. So he goes for the Ice Shard, hits himself in confusion again. I'm gonna go for the Paraflinch again, or not the Paraflinch, but the Paraflinch. These names are really confusing. So I'm just going to go for a Stomp just to see how much it does, because I know this thing can't touch me. Goes for the Aqua Ring. Pointless, because Blitzen's just going to, curb stomp him to death. So yeah, he's like, dude. Okay, I'm stopping that. So yeah, here's this chick. And she wants me to see her parallel turn, which doesn't sound sexual anyway. So I'm going to go for the takedown. Does about half. And she goes for the rest. And I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of gay. So I'm going to go for the stomp. Seeing how much that damage is, I'm betting that it's a 3-hit KO. So, yes, it is. So, yeah, Blitzen just freaking wrecks house yet again. And yeah, so I just freaking raped her right there with a deer. So yeah, awesome. So I'm gonna go over here, talk to this last dude, and yeah, he's like, I know Price's secret. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me guess. He's a pedophile. But no, it turns out to be something a little more lame and spiritual. So I'm predicting the Ice Shard, so I'm gonna go to AC/DC. I predict correctly because I'm just that much of a hoss. And Ice Shard just jack diddly squat and goes for another Ice Shard. Not much he can do really. I'm gonna Thunder Shock, and even though that's not a T-Bolt, that's easily gonna be able to KO basically the rest of his team. Cause he sends out this Cloister. Ice Shard ain't gonna be doing too much, and Thunder Shock is surprisingly gonna be able to kill. I mean, Cloisters really don't have that good special defenses, but I was expecting, high level. It's evolved. I was expecting something. So he sends out a Seal. Does a pretty good chunk. Goes for the Icy Wind. I resist that very nicely. Goes for the Aqua Ring. I'm just going to go for Thunder Shock. So using my Thunder Cack, I'm able to basically destroy this dude and also get a level up. So defeat that dude, and he's like, I'll tell you the secret, dude. He lives. Oh gosh, I can't do that. But yeah, it's something all like, yes, he uses the great moons and meditates on icy stuff, and he's like a polar bear and drinks ices. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna heal because good thing to heal before and after any gym battle and whatnot. So here's just a good time to show you how to get through the puzzle, even though it is meant for like 5, 7-year-olds, so it shouldn't be too complicated for any of the people. So yeah, this video is coming to a close. So yeah, that was Pokemon Leaf Green Walkthrough episode 27. Yeah, rate, comment, sub, and yeah, goodbye.